Dunsmuir House, a name whispered with reverence and fear. It stands as a silent witness to the passage of time, a relic of an era long gone. Once a symbol of wealth and prosperity, now a decaying monument to tragedy. The walls that once echoed with the sounds of opulent gatherings now stand silent, bearing the weight of countless untold stories. Built in the late 1800s, the mansion was a testament to the opulent lifestyle of the Dunsmuir family, coal barons of their time. Their wealth was immense, their influence far-reaching, and their home a reflection of their grandeur. The estate, sprawling and majestic, hosted lavish parties, echoing with laughter and music. The gardens, meticulously maintained, were a sight to behold, a paradise on earth. But time, a cruel artist, chipped away at its grandeur. The once pristine walls began to peel, the vibrant gardens turned wild and untamed. The family fortune dwindled, the laughter faded, and the mansion stood silent. The halls that once bustled with activity now lay empty, a stark reminder of the impermanence of wealth. Years turned into decades, and the once vibrant estate became shrouded in an unsettling silence. The grandeur of the past was replaced by an eerie stillness, a haunting reminder of what once was. Nature, relentless in its advance, crept in, reclaiming the land. The once manicured lawns were now overgrown, the pathways obscured by wild vegetation. Vines snaked up the walls, their tendrils like grasping claws. They wrapped around the pillars, climbed through the windows, and slowly but surely took over the mansion. The Dunsmuir legacy was fading, replaced by an eerie stillness that whispered of forgotten secrets. The mansion, once a symbol of power, now stood as a testament to the relentless march of time. The mansion, abandoned and decaying, became a haunting spectacle. Its once grand facade now crumbling, it stood as a ghostly reminder of a bygone era. Locals whispered tales of strange occurrences within its crumbling walls, stories of ghostly apparitions, unexplained noises, and a sense of unease that pervaded the air. A sense of unease permeated the air around it, a palpable chill that sent shivers down your spine. The mansion seemed to breathe, its decaying walls alive with the whispers of the past. The grandeur of the past only served to amplify the unsettling atmosphere, a stark contrast between what was and what had become. The opulence of the Dunsmuir era stood in sharp contrast to the decay that now enveloped the mansion. Dunsmuir House, no longer a place of joy and celebration, stood as a decaying testament to the fleeting nature of prosperity and the enduring power of darkness. It was a place where the past and present coexisted, a haunting reminder of the impermanence of human achievements. This was not just a house, it was a vessel, filled to the brim with sorrow, mystery, and an ominous sense of foreboding that clung to its every brick and stone. The mansion, with its decaying grandeur, stood as a silent witness to the passage of time, a relic of an era long gone, and a haunting reminder of the impermanence of human achievements. Whispers turned into chilling tales, echoing through the small town of Dunsmuir. Stories of Abigail Dunsmuir, a young girl who vanished without a trace, became the stuff of legend. Abigail, they say, was a bright and cheerful child, full of life and laughter. Her presence brought joy to everyone around her. Her disappearance, sudden and unexplained, cast a dark shadow over the Dunsmuir family. The once lively mansion became a place of sorrow and mystery. Days turned into weeks, then months, but Abigail was never found. The seasons changed, but the pain of her absence remained constant. The police investigated tirelessly, combing through every possible lead, but the trail ran cold. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. No clues, no witnesses, no explanation. The town was left in a state of perpetual unease, haunted by the unanswered questions. The mystery deepened, fueling whispers of foul play, accidents, and something more sinister lurking beneath the surface. Theories abounded, each more chilling than the last. Some whispered of a shadowy figure seen near the mansion around the time of Abigail's disappearance, a figure cloaked in darkness, whose presence sent shivers down the spine. A figure that vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving behind an icy chill and a sense of dread. The townsfolk spoke of it in hushed tones, afraid to attract its attention. As years passed, the story of Abigail became local folklore. Her tale was told and retold, each version more haunting than the last. A cautionary tale whispered around campfires and late-night gatherings. Parents warned their children to stay away from the old mansion lest they too disappear. The mansion, already shrouded in an eerie silence, became synonymous with her disappearance. Its darkened windows seemed to watch over the town, a constant reminder of the tragedy. Was she lost within its vast walls? Did she wander its dark corridors, calling out for help that never came? Did something sinister befall her? The questions lingered, unanswered, adding another layer to the unsettling aura that surrounded Dunsmuir House. The questions lingered, unanswered, adding another layer to the unsettling aura that surrounded Dunsmuir House. The mansion's silence was deafening, its emptiness a stark contrast to the life it once held. Abigail's laughter, once echoing through the halls, was replaced by an oppressive silence, a void that seemed to amplify the growing sense of unease. The walls seemed to whisper her name, a haunting reminder of what was lost. Her memory, forever intertwined with the mansion's tragic history, added a deeply unsettling layer to its already haunting presence. The house stood as a monument to her disappearance, a place where time seemed to stand still.
They never found me. The words echoed through the empty halls, a ghostly reminder of the past. I am still here, waiting, watching. The presence lingered, unseen but felt, a silent observer of the world that moved on without her.
Years later, Dunsmuir House stood desolate, a decaying monument to a forgotten era. Its once grand halls and rooms now lay in ruins, overtaken by nature and time. The mansion, with its crumbling walls and shattered windows, became a symbol of mystery and fear in the local community. It became a local dare, a challenge for adventurous teenagers seeking a thrill, a brush with the unknown. The stories of ghostly apparitions and eerie sounds drew them in, each one hoping to prove their bravery. Among them were 4 friends: Mark, Emily, Chris, and Jessica. They had been inseparable since childhood, always seeking out new adventures and challenges. They had grown up hearing the stories, the whispers, the legends, tales of ghostly figures seen in the windows, strange noises echoing through the halls, and the tragic history of the house's former inhabitants. This Halloween, they decided to tempt fate. They planned meticulously, gathering flashlights, a camcorder, and even a few snacks for their night of exploration. Armed with flashlights and a camcorder, they approached the iron gates, rusted and overgrown. The gates, once a grand entrance, now stood as a barrier between the known world and the mysteries that lay within. The air grew heavy, charged with an unseen energy. It was as if the house itself was aware of their presence, watching and waiting. A shiver ran down Emily's spine. She could feel the weight of the house's history pressing down on her, a tangible presence that made her skin crawl.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea,
she whispered, her voice trembling slightly. The fear in her voice was palpable, but it was too late to turn back now. But Mark, emboldened by youthful bravado, brushed aside her concern. He was determined to prove that there was nothing to fear.
Don't worry, it's just an old house. Let's see what's inside. His voice was steady, but there was a hint of excitement in his eyes.
He pushed open the creaking gates, their groan echoing in the stillness. The sound seemed to reverberate through the night, a haunting reminder of the house's age and history. As they stepped onto the overgrown pathway leading to the main entrance, a sense of unease settled over the group. The path, once well-trodden, was now covered in weeds and debris, adding to the eerie atmosphere. The weight of the house's history pressed down on them, a tangible presence that sent shivers down their spines. Each step they took seemed to echo with the memories of those who had walked there before. They could hear the wind whistling through the broken windows, a mournful sound that seemed to carry whispers of forgotten tragedies. The house seemed to be alive, breathing and watching their every move. Despite the growing sense of dread, they pressed on, their youthful curiosity outweighing their fear. They were determined to uncover the secrets of Dunsmuir House, no matter the cost. Little did they know they were about to step into a darkness far deeper than they could have ever imagined. The house held secrets that had been buried for decades, waiting to be discovered. Dunsmuir House, silent observer of countless seasons, was about to awaken, and these teenagers were about to become unwilling participants in its tragic narrative. The night was just beginning, and the house had many stories to tell.